Invading the internet, covering Web 2.0, coast to coast, worldwide, and everywhere in between. This is where you put the social in social media. We are Social Blade.
Yes, we are, and we're only 14 minutes late. Why are we 14 minutes late? Because we had to get ready for this extremely special edition of Social Blade. What makes this so special? Aaron, what's one half of 100?
50.
Ergo, what is 25 times 2?
50.
Jeff, what is the square root of the Pythagorean theorem?
That's not a real question.
50?
There you go.
Then,
50th episode of the
X
Social Blade.
squared. No.
And as a result, we were hoping to do something super special, and instead we took it to the next level. We're like an Uber special. I mean, this is something I would be shocked if President Clinton himself was not watching this. He's
Wait,
the
President Clinton?
They remain president. They keep their title of president no matter what.
They do.
I mean, after they die, they're still president. It's not like prime ministers. Once they're a prime minister of Canada goes, they're just gone. They're just like former, they're doing like Alpo commercials. Hi, I'm JD Rucker. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Social Blade Show.
Hi, I'm Aaron Ryan.
Hey, I'm Jason Ergo.
I'm Jeff Kreider.
And tonight, to commemorate this 50th show, we had planned on this 50th show of the Social Blade Show. We had planned on getting us a rapper, and so we invited Snoop Dogg. We were going to get us a vlogger, so we invited iJustine. We wanted a basketball player, so we did get Jordan, Michael Jordan, and we needed an intern, so we asked Monica Lewinsky. Instead, we went a step above all of them, and we brought for your pleasure and enjoyment tonight the world's most interesting intern ever. Say hi, Craig.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Even better than Snoop, I promise you. Greg Justice is the...
Couldn't agree more.
Definitely. He is the social media intern, the latest addition to Cisco's hyper-aggressive, super creative viral marketing campaign that he is personifying in himself. For those who can see the screen right now, you see me, and it's kind of up close. You see him. The reason he's so far is because he's actually 6'7". That's like over 2 meters for you Australians and stuff like that. He's a tall guy, and if you watch video number 3 on his story, you'll see the guy can dunk. Okay,
Human growth hormone.
He is. It was the human growth hormone. It's all in the calves, baby. But before we get to Mr. Justice, we've got some social media awesomeness to discuss. This week was absolutely what's the best way to put it? Probably jam packed with social media stories that quite frankly they blew my mind. It starts off with something we don't talk about often, but it is considered a part of social media, and it might be even considered the grandfather of social media, or one of maybe the great aunts or something like that. But blogging, WordPress just sped up. Tell us quickly, Ergo.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Yes. So, I would say probably the majority of blogs and even news sites that are like blogs, for example, the one that covered the story right here, Mashable, they use WordPress as sort of their platform to deliver their news. But WordPress out of the box is definitely fast, but there's a lot of things you really have to do to optimize it, to make it so if you write a story and it goes viral, if you don't have it optimized, you're going to probably get shut off from your hosting company because you're either using too much bandwidth or using too much using too much resources on the servers there. So there's a number of things you can do to speed it up. And the story that we're going to refer to here has 11 things. I'm going to sort of cover the top 5 that I think are the most important. Number 1 absolutely is caching. What caching does is, the way WordPress works is when you go to the web page, by default, it stores everything in a database. And to retrieve the story from the database really takes a lot more time on the server, and it uses a lot more of the processor than just receiving or using a standard HTML file. So if you use a WP Supercache or a similar plugin, you can cache it, so basically the first time someone goes to it, it'll retrieve it from the database and save it locally, so the next time someone goes to it, it doesn't have to get it from the database. So that's really the number one thing you need to do. The next one I want to mention is pruning your plugins. There's, I don't know, thousands and thousands probably of plugins for WordPress, but it's really not a good thing to have too many of them. And also you want to make sure you keep the ones you do have up to date. The reason for doing this is if you have too many plugins, it basically adds more and more things on the page, and sort of similar to the database issue, it just adds a lot more work for the server to deliver each page there. And you want to have the server not doing as little amount of things as possible so it can deliver as many pages out as possible. The next thing, choosing the right theme. Some themes that you can get are very elegant and are sort of streamlined, and some have a lot of extra things in there that, again, cause more load on there. So choosing the right theme is a really important thing to do as well. Compressing images. This is sort of one that a lot of people probably don't think about. Every single image you have on your page, okay, so for example, you take a picture from your digital camera and you want to post it up on there. If you post the full image without compressing anything there, it's going to be this huge image, and if you're delivering it out, we'll say 100,000 times, you're going to be using a lot of bandwidth and transferring out of there. And most servers, even if they give you unlimited bandwidth, quote unquote, it still uses processor time to deliver these. So compressing the images will save on the bandwidth costs, and also, again, on the CPU there. The last thing I want to mention is keeping it local. What I mean by that is if you have a whole bunch of widgets on your page or embedded YouTube videos, you have your Twitter embedded, things like that, all of those, every time someone goes to the page, it's contacting all of these other sites. So not only is your own server getting queried, each person that goes there has to talk to maybe 10 or 20 other servers to get all the other data from there. And that adds to pages loading slowly. So those are the top 5 things, in my opinion, from the story here on what you need to do. And check out the story for the full 11. What do you guys think about that? JD, you have a lot of blogs. Do you follow a lot of these tips?
I don't know. You lost me. You lost me at cash. I don't have any cash right now, so I started thinking, ooh, I have to have super cash to be able to blog. I blog for free, so it doesn't work for me very well. No, I know. It's scary what you just said. It's filling me full of anxiety. But I'll talk about that here in a minute. Anyone else?
Well, the thing with the cache, I had that on mine. I run a couple blogs. And the thing that I found with the cache is I'm someone who updates the blogs quite frequently, whether it be just tweaking things here and there. And I found that every time I did that, I had to dump the cache files because it wasn't uploading as quick as I was making changes to. So, I disabled it. And, the blogs I'm running aren't one that, are going to get 65,000 visits in one day. But, if you are a blog or you are running a blog that does require a lot of bandwidth, that is definitely a good tip. But just keep in mind that when you do that, if you start making a ton of changes, you're going to have to keep dumping those.
That's true.
The cache files.
That's a good point there. But so when you're modifying things and changing things around on it, absolutely, that's true. But you still need it. So if your site hits on Dig or gets popular on Twitter,
definitely.
Things like that,
I mean, it's needed.
If you don't have that, it's going to kill you.
Yeah. In terms of pruning the plugins, though, that's a huge one too. Because sometimes if you don't have the necessary upgrade, things don't work correctly, and if you're not checking them quite frequently, something very vital, needs an upgrade and it's just not working. So, another one that I would recommend is all-in-one SEO pack.
To optimize for getting higher up in search results because it puts all the necessary things.
If we're talking plugins, that's my 2 cents.
Something just as simple as the picture. When it says compress the pictures, you don't really think of that, but that is a great idea. We have a question from DaVinci Virus for you, Ergo.
Oh, what's the question?
with WordPress, is it worth it to buy the domain if you already blog there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to answer the question for you.
No.
Kind of quick there, Jeff.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you are using a domain that someone else owns, they could do anything they want with it. Owning it yourself is absolutely, I think, the best thing. If you're investing time in it, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. It's better for SEO purposes as well.
Yeah, but if you have a let's say you have a blog, it's ergo.wordpress.com, are you more prone to crashing quicker when you have a mass amount of traffic coming to it? Because I don't think you have to host a WordPress.com.
No, if you use one of their hosted ones, they take care of all that for you. So I think that's true. You wouldn't have to worry about that. But in general, yeah, I would say it's better to have your own domain. Just search engine wise, like you're saying on that. But then, I mean, logistically, and also just promoting your blog itself, having socialblade.com instead of socialblade.wordpress.com, you're telling people to do more things, and it's just not all yours. It's not professional, as G-Man is saying as well. It doesn't look professional.
Excellent.
Great stuff.
That was a test, by the way. I want you guys to know that was a test. I wanted to see if my departure would cause any anxiety amongst any of you. To see if you experience some social anxiety as a result of my just disappearing in the middle of the show. So the test was successful. I could see it in your eyes. You were all terrified, but I'm back now. So how would one deal with it, Aaron, if they did have this social anxiety as a result of JD leaving the show?
Well, you impress me more and more every week. Okay, so some of us, well, a good chunk of us actually have what's called social anxiety disorder, which is also known as SAD, ironically. And it's a fear of constantly being judged by other people, and you feel as though you're being watched, you feel as though everyone's talking about you, and so it can be extremely debilitating if you have this disorder. And actually, social anxiety disorder is more common than general anxiety disorder, which a lot of people would think that would be the common type of anxiety that people suffer from, but it isn't. Now, with social anxiety disorder, from the research that I collected, it shows that a lot of people, although they have that fear and that paranoia, need to be alone, have a hard time keeping a job, but yet they yearn to have friends. They yearn to be around people and just feel that normalcy that many other people can feel. Now, my question is, and I've done some research and I've just looked over, because what you use for helping cope with this disorder is cognitive behavioral therapy. And with that, it introduces people with that anxiety of whatever it is that they fear. And it could be something as people, it could be fear of heights, it could be whatever that's fearing them from socializing within that element. It's helping them face that fear. And with that, I suggested, maybe social media can help, because it helps expose you to various amounts of people, but within your own control. And I'm wondering if you guys agree, if you guys think that perhaps with the usage of social media, it can help a lot of people face their fears when it comes to interaction, but helping them also feel that connection with people. And perhaps that's even why social media has become so popular, because even people who suffer from this disorder can interact and can find a place where they belong. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I kind of, there's two things to this. One, I agree with you, and two, it might even cause more anxiety because they feel like they have to, fit in. And, sometimes a lot of social networks, especially Twitter, can be kind of cliquish, and you might not be able, you might get a lot of anxiety just trying to, jump into the conversation. So I, sometimes, when I first started off in social media, there was, sometimes like, holy crap, man, this is huge. You got that mind-numbing feeling when you try to make sense of the universe, and then you just go into a mind tailspin, and then you have to remove yourself for a little bit. But I can see how, if you find the right people and the make some friends and have a strong community of your own, I can see how it would help. But if you know just don't, and you're not a very social person, and you are someone who has a lot of anxiety, I think it can make it worse.
Well, I see that, and I see that other people agree with you and what you're saying. But at the same time, there's been studies, and we've talked about it on Social Blade, how oxytocin's within the brain, which makes you feel that feeling of happy, happens when you apparently utilize social media such as Twitter, where they did the study
Oh yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah.
on. Yeah, so that's partly what made me kind of go, huh? Can it help with that disorder, feeling that social anxiety? So I mean, I understand where you're coming from as well. That, oh, this is so overwhelming, but having the control to close the computer is a lot easier than when you're exposed, full out in a public situation.
Yeah.
Some facts and stats that are quite interesting, as you can see with that infographic that Ergo had up there. The disorder happens in childhood, so sometimes it can be from environment, sometimes it's hereditary. They're not quite sure, or it could be a mixture of both. Women feel it more than men, but men will actually seek for help more than women. It also has to do with an actual piece within your brain. It's actually called and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but the amygdala, and I hope somebody corrects me, but that's the part that's believed to be a central site in the brain that controls fear responses. So it's out of whack. So it's a lot more serious. And what's hard is that we stereotype people with mental illnesses. And I think that there should be more awareness about it, that just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And so, I just wanted to bring a little bit of awareness to this and see if there's some way that social media could be helpful and useful. And I think that for some, it probably has been.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it really depends on the type of person. If you're an outgoing person, I think it can, because I think it is a way for outgoing people to release some stresses by communicating with people and just having, good conversation. But I think if you're an introvert and you show up on Twitter, you show up on Facebook, and you might feel like you're ignored, you have no purpose, and, things are blowing by you so quickly, and I think it could lead to even more anxiety.
Well, but the thing is that that's not part of what the disorder with that anxiety. It's not about feeling ignored. It's an actual feeling that you are being judged. And when you can, it's something that it triggers within your brain, and you actually feel it, where you have the reflexes in your stomach, when you feel nervous, or you feel that fear of like, and again, I'm not a doctor, but that's what that part of that brain that I totally messed up saying creates that feeling within your body, and so you're in that constant state of somebody's talking about me. So I think with social media, instead of like feeling that way, you can see what people are actually talking about. And so I think it would be difficult in a situation if somebody just went from social anxiety disorder and then they went on Dig. They might have a bit of an issue, but if they went and utilized Facebook or Twitter, I think that would help them. But yeah, you know what? I really appreciate your side too of how you see it, Jeff. I'd love to see how JD and Ergo think, even Greg, if you have an opinion about it.
I'm more interested in Greg's opinion.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not making rap videos, then it can help you out. But if you're putting your lyricism out there, you're inviting in a lot of hate, and you're going to be naturally self-conscious about that.
Yeah, but you're not. You didn't get any hate, did you?
Oh, there's always haters on the internet, my friend.
Absolutely.
Anonymity.
You have to, whenever you get hate, especially on YouTube, for example, in general, you just got to embrace the hate.
Oh, you can't drink the haterade.
Yeah, don't take it seriously. If it's constructive enough, take something out of it. Perhaps if it's just complete, don't take it seriously. Yeah.
No, of course.
Nice.
Random question before we move on, Aaron. Since you did write this, I see Dark Passenger in here. Is this a reference to a TV show, Dexter?
I was actually watching that show. And JD, just cover your ears real quick, or anybody else, because yeah. But I'm not going to ruin anything, just so you know. But the thing is that it also made me think that, especially with that show, if there's a mental disorder going on there, and we all have a dark passenger, whether it is social anxiety, general anxiety, whatever it is that ails us to make us feel whatever. I mean, except for you, Ergo, of course. But um, but we all have something that we have to struggle with on a day-to-day basis. And I think if it's not even social anxiety disorder, whatever type of dark passion you are feeling, I wonder if social media does help with that. Because, I mean, the explosion, which, again, just on Facebook alone with 500 million, JD?
Yeah, there's a couple people on Facebook, a couple of haters.
Couple.
Oh, was that the segue? Ah, dang it.
I tried.
That's actually an excellent segue, Aaron. Great job. You know, Aaron, what Aaron's referring to is recently, as recently as this week, Facebook announced officially that they have busted through the 500 million mark, the 500 million users, not all active, but at least registered users, 500 million. Let me say that one more time, 500 million. Okay, so if you think about it like this, if every Facebook user paid $10 to me, then I would have cash. I would have super cash at that point. Unfortunately,
JD,
probably won't.
And JD,
So,
500 has 50 in it as well.
There's what?
Has 50 in it as well.
50. What has 50?
500 million.
500 million has 50. And
Nice job, Virgo.
It's our 50th show. I'm 25 years old. I'm halfway to 50.
Wait, no, you just turned 23. Don't sell yourself short.
No. I gained a couple of years. It's the show is stressing me out. I've got social anxiety disorder as a result of all the haterade out there that I've been drinking. But I'm learning.
Amen.
I'm feeling it. So yeah, so Facebook goes to 500 million. Mark Zuckerberg does an interview talking about how wonderful Facebook is, how wonderful the fans are. It seemed to be a very pleasant, non-controversial interview. Here's a man who controls potentially the most powerful social media site of all time, and he seems himself to experience social anxiety disorder. He just can't seem to handle questions. I've invited him to the show many times. He has not responded. I don't understand that. It kind of ticks me off, Mark. I know you watch it, so I don't know why you won't come on. Well, face me, man. Face me. So, because he knows that I'll be spilling the Facebook haterade. No, I do love Facebook, and one of the newer features they brought up recently was the facial recognition of friends. In other words, if you are, let's say that you are accessing your Facebook account from, I'm here in California. I fly over to one of the Carolinas, either north or south, wherever Ergo is, and I try to log into my Facebook account. It's going to actually ask me some security questions. I've seen this before, but in the past it's always been like we actually experienced to where it asked for the birthday, and so all you had to do if you were a friend, if let's say it was a fake account and you were friends of that fake account, all you had to do was go to the fake account and find out what you put down as a birthday. So it wasn't very secure. Didn't take much of a spammer to figure out how to get around that one. Now you can't, because you got to find 10 people, name them with the appropriate, name 10 people that are tagged associated with you, and actually associate the proper names with them, regardless of whether they're wearing a mask, if they've gained 50 pounds, or if they're, whatever reason they don't look the same, they can actually stop you. Now, we haven't experienced this ourselves. I'm going to do a field test. I'm going to fly somewhere and try it myself.
JD, we can actually do this live right now.
Can we do it live?
What is your password? Just tell me right now, and I'll type it in.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Sweet.
ABC 1, 2. No. And we could do live, but this is the first actual bit of news that this is going to annoy the heck out of people. I know when they first have to do it, especially if they don't. It's like, oh, dude, I was drunk tonight. How am I supposed to know what her name was? But I like it because it's actually showing that Facebook is taking a stand and trying to make make hacking. Keep in mind, this comes from somebody whose wife's account was hacked. So yeah, that was a bad thing, and that would have prevented it because they surely wouldn't have known. All of our friends, I would hope they wouldn't. But they hacked my wife's account and tried to contact people and have them send money to London because her eyes were full of tears from being stranded at a hotel and she needed $1,200 to get out. So, is Tal in the room? Tal, let me put it this way: Tal Siach, our good friend, almost sent the money.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. He tried desperately to get a hold of me. I had like all these people blown up. Is your wife in London? No, I don't think she is.
That's frustrating, and that's a good point that you bring up here because just a research study just came out with eBusiness doing a first-time study on social media. And it's interesting because, as we were talking about like 500 million users, we've reached that part now, which wouldn't that make Facebook the second largest country in the world?
Second largest what?
Country, if it were a country.
No, India's much bigger. It's still third, I'm sure.
It's still third?
Yeah,
Okay,
China
we actually
Facebook's not going to catch China and India.
We don't know.
Linger Baby on Twitter actually just replied, the 500 million users, that's 1 out of every 13 people in the world.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Think about that.
Okay, so that brings me to my point, which, but Facebook, when it comes to their customer satisfaction, is 1% higher than the almighty forgotten about MySpace. That's pretty bad.
But you're also dealing with a lot more people.
And how many employees does Facebook have? Not many, right? It's a lot, yeah.
I'm not quite sure on that. That's good research right there. Yeah, but yeah, not many. You're pretty right there. I think
Doesn't
two
matter.
people take care of their Facebook chat. So.
I hate to say it, but it doesn't matter how many people they've got. Seriously. I mean, it's just there's an infrastructure problem I'm not even going to go into. 500 million, 400 million active. It's a huge site. It's growing. It's too big to fail.
Facebook has 1,000 employees.
1,000 employees. Think about that. 1,000 people. Okay.
That's
sorry.
actually more than I thought. I was thinking a lot less.
Yeah. It shouldn't take that much, right? I don't know.
Well,
If they had WP Super Cash, they wouldn't need that many employees. I assure you of that.
They can press photos.
I assure you of that. Yeah, that's about enough Facebook love from me for this week. Locking up. Introduce the next one, please, Jay.
Well, the next story we're going to be covering today is protecting yourself against social media lawsuits. According to Indra Gardner, the wild, wild west of social media might be coming to an end. One thing that we all need to start being aware of, we all know that, repurposed content makes the web go round, but, a lot of mainstream blogs are now starting to put copyright issues or copyright notices at the bottom of their blogs. So if you are caught taking some of their content, whether it be pictures written without the permission of that said blog, you could be looking at either a cease and desist or a lawsuit, depending on the scale. Another thing that she kind of hits on is Facebook and the fact that if you look at the terms of agreement going forward in Facebook, when you sign up, everything that you put on there is Facebook's property, whether it be photos, comments, videos. Facebook can use any of that content any way they like. And that's something that a lot of people don't know. They might, be able to take that picture of, you doing the horizontal bop at the bar.
You can be on a big billboard.
Use it for something.
You can be on a billboard on the highway.
Say again?
You can be on a billboard on the highway.
Yeah, I mean,
even if your privacy setting is set to friends only.
Yeah, I mean, when you sign up, everything that you put on Facebook is their property. They can use it. It's not yours. It's not yours any longer. So that's something to be aware of. Adding on to also being sure you're observant to copyright notices at the bottom of blogs when you're repurposing. She really just kind of hits on those main points and then goes into social media policy for employees. This is very important if you are utilizing social media for your business or democratizing your social media efforts to your employees, is having in place a social media policy that ensures when things are posted on the web that your employees are either covered or they know the consequences of their said actions online. Because a lot of people had been looking at unemployment or standing in unemployment lines because they were posting, themselves in their underwear next to a couple strippers in Vegas, and their boss saw it.
My boss was with me, so I'm fine. No, I agree. I mean, you got to protect yourself as a business. The more that we get into this whole social media integrating not just with our personal lives but also our professional lives, the more likely it is that somebody is going to attempt some form of entrapment in some cases, blackmail, espionage, all the kind of stuff. They'll be hating, loving, all that good stuff. I wanted to get Greg's opinion though on this. Greg, as someone who represents, I guess it's small to medium sized company. How big is Cisco? What, 100 billion in revenue the last 14 years, something like that?
Yeah, well, 65,000 employees.
65,000 employees. So a little bit bigger than my company.
Moderately large, my friend.
Yes, I have. 65,000. I thought you said 65. Wow, that's a lot of employees. No, so how does
we're not Facebook.
Yeah, more employees than Facebook.
Well, so how does that work? I mean, when you went through, and I know I don't want to get into the interview, but does any of this that Jeff just talked about, does any of this apply to what you've been doing and what you've had to do with your position at Cisco?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to be conscious of what you're putting out there, and we have our company's social media guidelines and policy. And if you kind of overstep the bounds, the company can definitely, step in and take action.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I have a wicked echo, so I'm talking like 10 seconds at a time.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
JD says his thing twice now. Good job, JD.
Damn it. I thought it was going to be funny.
Yeah, it's okay.
Funny.
It's okay. It's going to be funny to him. But I just want to back it up there for a second, real quick, JD. You just started at Cisco, Greg?
Yeah. Week 6.
What was it? Yeah, you're on week 6 now. So when you came into Cisco, they hired you to be an intern for social media alone to do vlogs. Is that correct?
Yeah, social media intern in the comm department, and just kind of one of my assignments is to do a weekly video blog.
Okay, so how did you come up with, and I'm not sure if everybody's familiar, and I don't know if you guys want to play that first or if we want to talk about it and then go into the video, but video.
Let's play it. Let's play it here. One sec.
Okay.
Let's rock it.
Just let me just roll that in before you play it.
Introduce.
The world's most interesting intern. I mean, it's caught a lot of eyes, over 72,000 views, and I'm sure it's continuously growing since the last time I looked.
72,822.
Yeah, this is an amazing video, and I've watched it over and over again. It's quite addicting. So before we get into it, let's watch it, and then we'll discuss it.
Wait, before we get into it, we're going to watch it?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Greg Justice here, working for Cisco Systems this summer. Recording a track for all my interns, Cisco and non-Cisco alike, all across the globe. Working that 8 to 5, even though you hate to drive in traffic. Heading to a campus of buildings that all look alike. Why do all the buildings look alike, man? I love it. Corporate symmetry. Cisco Systems intern, California resident. I just staffed a pretty cool event with the president of Russia. Day 8 on the job, and I just saw the president of Russia.
That's pretty awesome.
Man, I bet you never ever got a chance to see the president of Russia. Okay, here we go. I'm courteous and affable, my name badge is retractable, you other interests laughable, your thermos must be half as full, 6, 7 staffable, you can't find your ass as tall, learn to play some basketball, or finish off his task on call, when I rap I have to win, in the break room back again, with notebooks, stacks of pens, sounding off these acronyms, CBO, EBC, GBO, and CBT, VPN, CEO, sounding like C3PO. True things that you need to know. Always clean and never late. Known to rock a cubicle and show my face on clever tapes. Working on my ThinkPad, sending mail every day. Natural to think that I'm talented in every way. Blog post, Twitter tweet, I'm never where the quitters be. Social network wizardry, I'm all about the synergy. The vuvuzela interests me, and I've got the best hair. 3 words that'll leave you with ergonomic desk chair. Okay. All vertebrae aligned in my ergonomic desk chair. Yes, all the time. It's like an all-day massage in my ergonomic desk chair.
Oh. No.
Nicely done.
I love that video.
That was sick. I'm sorry. That's beautiful stuff.
Overrated.
Just one quick question about that, and I think you already answered it, but do you write your own stuff?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Awesome. We have, I'm glad that we bumped Snoop because that rock.
Man, he's getting old, man.
Huh?
He's getting old.
Oh, I know. And he
Happened
doesn't
with
hold
Katy
his own
Perry
umbrella.
now too. You don't want him.
Huh? Yeah, no, he's so like 80s or 90s or whatever it was.
90s. Yeah.
90s. Sorry. I
noticed in the video, Greg, that you have like my life equals in some kind of mathematical equation. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, that's just a little quadratic formula drop. Doesn't really mean anything. I've had a few questions. I'm a big fan of absurdism, so kind of toss that in there.
Well, the answer is 50. The answer to the equation was 50. So
that is correct. Actually, it does have a meaning.
We already established
50.
it. Beautiful. Gorgeous,
Yeah.
gorgeous. Aaron, take us away.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this video, I was like, wow. First, I was like, what's going on here? And then you break down in this rap, and the words and everything, it grabbed my attention. So, I mean, as we said, like it grabbed over 70,000 people's attention as well. So my question to you is, what made you think of doing a rap for Cisco? I mean, it's a 30-year-old company. That's pretty bold.
Yeah, I mean, I think in social media, when you're trying to do anything viral, right, you want to be atypical. So I think that's part of the reason why this worked, because who expects corporate hip-hop to be blowing up? And as far as rap, as it relates to me, I was in a rap group at Stanford on campus for 2 years that failed miserably. So I'm happy to resurrect that career through a corporately symmetrical setting.
How'd you talk him into it? That's my question.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my boss was very open to it, and I mean trusting. I kind of ran it by him. I ran the lyrics by him before I threw it up there. So he gave it the thumbs up. And again, it was just original for in the corporate setting and something different. And he told me, if you hear crickets after you post this, no worries. And obviously the response exceeded expectations. So it's been great and good for the company.
But weren't you afraid that people were gonna just not pay attention to it? Because so many people try to put stuff out there, but yours was successful. But were you afraid?
No, well,
I mean, that's. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna end it with a lot of businesses fear that with the crickets or no responses. So you just felt like you were gonna go into it and just be like, yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's part of the beauty of a blog, right? I mean, it just got thrown up on the company blog, and whether it got tweeted once or 300 times, I mean, I was going to be okay with it. So it's all about expectation. Again, I didn't expect, you can't expect a video to be viral. 99.9% attempts at viral video fail or whatnot. So keeping that in mind, maybe say, yeah, why not? Go for it. You got to have some risk to get any reward from something online.
All day.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's something I totally agree with. But, it's weird, too, weird in a good way, that Cisco would be all on board. They're 30 years old. They've,
25.
They're 25 years old, 5 years younger. I try to shoot for the stars. And, you wouldn't think that a company would be like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's rock it. And they're so open. So why are they so open to social media?
Yeah, I mean, I think too the social media team is a new thing for Cisco, and so they're really testing the waters. And they're trying to see what works. I mean, with anything in social media, there's no formula. There aren't 10 years of statistics to lay the path for you. And also, it's big for recruiting a younger crowd. I mean, companies like Facebook, Google, that's where you think of like younger companies, or at least that's the vibe I get around the Stanford campus. It's not really, oh, Cisco Systems, that's like a fresh, hip company to work for. So I think, they were open to giving me a lot of responsibility and, yeah, hoping to change that impression and show that Cisco does have, fresh, new blood, talent coming in,
Well,
what have you.
Was that really the goal of what you were doing? Is to kind of promote or encourage, employment, the younger ranks?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like been hopefully a successful outgrowth of this. I mean, the basic goal, and again, this wasn't some drawn out scheme, right? Like we were open to have it tweeted once, like I said. But I mean, the foundation of this was just, and for the social media comm team, is just to create positive buzz about the Cisco brand, and engagement and generate conversation, positive conversation. So that was the main goal going in.
But you're also staying on top of a lot of what's going on right now in like popular news. The double rainbow dude, which is hilarious. But you also did a parody on that, so you're actually doing parodies as well, not just raps. There's lots of other videos out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to, when you're doing a weekly series, you got to diversify the portfolio a little bit. So I think post a rap tomorrow, may throw in a little Old Spice parody next week. And, with viral video, I mean, piggybacking viral video, that's just one way to get the view count up. That's just kind of the truth of things.
No, absolutely. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that in most cases, these viral videos are a result of somebody doing something bad. Now, the Old Spice guy, that's one thing, but let's face it, nobody's looking at Double Rainbow guy and saying, "Oh my gosh, I wish I was him."
It's true. But Greg, you do justice.
I guess since I wouldn't have for week one done a Double Rainbow parody, I probably would have gotten fired. But since the first one was well received, it was fine for me to change it up a little, feature Cisco telepresence, blatant product feature, so it worked out.
No, that's beautiful, and that's funny, Ergo. If you could possibly play that one, just the portion with the tele feature, that was pretty cool. Anyone who's seen the video, the Double Rainbow video, Greg does a spot on parody right here, right now.
Good morning, Greg.
Whoa. Is that... Oh. A full, complete rainbow on Cisco telepresence. Wow. Somebody call John Chambers.
Yeah, that's a little much. Went a little overboard there.
No.
But I mean,
brilliant.
Again, talk about towing the line, right? I mean, naturally, with anything like that, you got to make sure it's interpreted correctly.
Yeah.
No, I love how you had the girl.
If it was audio only, I would have been in trouble.
Oh yeah, you had the girl in the middle. She's kind of like looking left and right, wondering what in the world is this guy talking about. It was classic. Very, very well done. I was very impressed.
I appreciate the props.
Super impressed there. And those of you in the audience, any questions that you have for Mr. Justice, please post your question in the chat room.
They have you doing that. What are some of the other interns doing that are, part of your intern group? Are you like just very unique in what you're doing? Are there other people, supporting, your efforts behind the scenes?
Yeah. Sorry, I got this echo thing, so I'm going to drop this real quick. But yeah, I mean, so in the comm department, there's 9 interns, and it's actually kind of funny because of this video, I ended up being able to, do a few interviews like Wall Street Journal, Washington Post. So the PR intern has kind of been my handler for those videos, which has been, pretty silly. But it's been one way for us to team up on that. And then again, the video blog is just, one of my responsibilities. And because, the first one was successful, I'm able to go on with it, a weekly thing. But other than that, I'm doing a lot of things like the PR intern and the other interns in communications that aren't per se as glamorous.
So at the end of your internship, you think they're going to offer you a job, full-time employment?
Oh man, yeah. Wonder if my boss is
I
tuning
mean, what do
in
you
or
have
not.
to do
But,
if you don't, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just gonna try to leverage this. Whatever opportunities come out of this. See what happens. Make up my mind. Still got one more year in school, so we'll see.
What are you going to school for, actually?
Yeah, I'm an English major. So basically, that's how I ended up at Cisco. They said they were down to hire English majors in the comm department. One of the few corporate institutions open to us English majors, so it was awesome.
Well, you're taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think too, just the ability to write and I don't know, create content, be creative. I think that's key, and I think that can help you out in the corporate world. And that's something I've learned. And again, just striving to be atypical is the bottom line on all that.
So were you the only one assigned to do vlogs?
Yeah. So other interns do video blogs. Kind of post them to I think the comm Facebook page or whatnot. And then I mean, there's a lot of people within Cisco. There's another intern who does a weekly blog post. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the only one, but it's not the yearly assignment. Let's give the summer intern a video blog. It was just kind of the social media team's new. This guy's English major. He wants to try to be creative, whatever. So yeah, let's give him a shot. Let's give him a video blog. See what he does with it. See if he does it in good taste.
Well, you definitely have good taste.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's your the way that you've put these videos together so far, and we've only seen the 4 that I've seen. There may be more out that I've missed so far, but I can tell you this, that there's, first off, there's variety. It's not just, you're not just sticking with one gag and running it into the ground. You're keeping it eclectic. You're representing Cisco in a youthful, fun, enjoyable manner without embarrassing the company by any means. It's funny because it's kind of, Cisco is 25 years old. If Social Blade shows were equivalent of years, it would be half of our age of the show, since we're 50 now. And you've been able to really translate, in a very short period of time, translate a presence which was, for all intents and purposes, non-existent. I mean, let's face it. If you said Cisco social media 2 months ago, people would be like, okay, what are they developing some kind of social media platform or something, or are they, what are they doing in social media? We don't know, because we've never seen them involved. And so this explosion of presence so far has been, in my opinion, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm very impressed.
I appreciate it, sir.
And how tall are you, just for the record?
6'7".
6'7". Excellent.
It's been flow since age 11.
Yeah. So 1 foot taller than me.
Is that
just,
right?
This is a quick FYI.
Right.
HGH, man. HGH.
HGH. Yeah. So for those who don't know what HGH is, ask Ergo.
See a Stallone movie.
There you go.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah. You also, that's when, if I can recommend a good parody, if you could do a Cisco parody of, what's the name of the movie that's coming out? The
Expendables.
The Expendables. If you could
do
do a...
is that the one with just everyone and their mom, Jason Statham, etc.?
From Schwarzenegger to Jet Li, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jason Statham, basically anyone who's ever killed anybody on screen in the 90s or 80s is in this movie. It's pretty epic.
awesome.
Or the MMA guy, was it like Randy Couture or something? He's in it.
Random question about that. I thought Schwarzenegger, while he was governor, wasn't going to do any movies.
I think he has a cameo. I don't think he is in it for very long. I think they went to California just to film a snippet of him in it.
Okay.
Well, keep in mind, he hasn't really actually been governor for the last 3 years. He's just been holding the office, but there's not actually anything being done here. I can say that first.
Kicking economic girly men.
Yeah. So let's not get political.
Sad story.
Late.
Amanda Rhino 4 asks, what made you end the first video with a question mark?
Oh man, I think just to get the WTF response, right, and just making this a weekly series and having people tune in and they're kind of like, yeah, what is it, like, what is he doing, like you said, your kind of visceral response was to it. So I was kind of promoting that questioning and, to get people coming back.
I can say this while we wait for more questions to come into the chat room. Why don't we take a look? I heard that he's actually put out another video, one that's specially tailored for a particular type of social media audience. Jason, do we have that queued up by chance?
We, I think, do. Here we go.
Greg Justice here, world's most interesting intern, recording a quick rap for the Social Blade Show.
Yeah.
Okay, I come from the bay, some say it's a coastal place. Now I'm on land online with the Social Blade. 5 team members, no need for commercial breaks. I'm the nerdy rapper going through my Steven Urkel phase. Social media, everything you need to know. Every Thursday night going live, you can see the show. That's the Social Blade. Go ahead and check them out. Twitter, Facebook, or recordings on their YouTube account.
That was awesome.
I know. When
That
you
is
sent
sweet,
that over
man.
to me, Greg, I watched it like 4 times and I was like, oh, this is epic.
Absolutely awesome.
Any Steve Urkel drop gets you a few extra points. So.
The problem is, and while I love it, and the talent is obviously there, the flattery is amazing. The lyrics were, especially on demand, were absolutely incredible. You did do us a minor disservice because I guarantee you this: Erin Ryan, every time we talk to her for the next 3 months, is going to be singing that song. She just
Sorry to
kind
hear that.
She randomly busts out, and it used to be, we listened to Donna Summers or a little bit of Enya. Sometimes,
As it should be.
we get some old school Bon Jovi, but now it's gonna be all Social Blade song all day, every day, 24/7. So
You know what? He's not playing either. Because when I came into this tonight, right before the show, and I'm like, the president of Russia.
I know.
And
over and over.
yeah, I've got to learn the
Well,
words.
I appreciate the support, of course.
Which,
It's
by
like
the
our
way,
theme song.
yeah, that's awesome that your job lets you do those type of things. That is pretty.
It's our national anthem.
No,
This is
absolutely.
so
As long as I'm coming through on the less glamorous activities, I get to full reign on these video blogs.
That's awesome. And we would love to help. See the beauty, and here's the interesting aspect of coming onto our show is that we do. If you look in the audience, you look at the people that will watch the YouTube video later on, you'll see that there is a nice smattering of what we like to call social media elite. These are people that have an ability to take things viral. So I would strongly encourage you, now that you all have been here, you've seen what Greg and what Cisco have been doing. Find his channel. I'm sure we'll get that. We'll get a link on the Social Blade show to
Cisco
their
PR.
channel. Cisco PR, easy to remember. YouTube.com/Cisco PR.
Not
Keep
not
an eye out.
exactly CSCO.
Yeah, good pickup there. Thanks.
Oh, thank you. See, yeah, I would not have known that. I would have been following some dude named Cisco. Wondering, wait,
Wow, West, baby.
The other rapper. There is a rapper called Cisco. Which is
Cisco the rapper. Well, that shows you how much I know. I picked out Snoop Dogg.
Speaking of rappers, actually, we had a question now. What is your favorite singer/band?
Ooh. Oh man.
What are your influences here?
Yeah, sticking to hip hop, I'm gonna have to say Blue Scholars and Common Market, which are both underground acts coming out of Seattle.
Nice. I'm going to be in Seattle next month, as a matter of fact. So please send me those, and I'll check them out. If they're playing locally, I'd like to see them.
Absolutely. And then just to finish that up, and then Soundgarden probably as well. Coming out of
that's
Seattle.
awesome.
Just straight
Wow.
classic.
Completely different, but
One extreme
yeah,
to
I like
another.
Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Let's throw some Soundgarden up. Do we have copyright permission
Yeah.
for Soundgarden?
No.
Black Hole Sun.
You can
Yeah.
say
Aaron, can you start busting out with a little bit of Soundgarden for us?
Black Hole Sun.
I'm doing
Won't you
it in
come?
my head. But Atlantic Track.
Soundgarden, but we won't. Oh no, yeah, it was. Never mind. Sorry.
And the Roots. The Roots too, of course. Gotta give them a shout out.
The Roots. Yeah.
On the Jimmy Fallon show, which is interesting.
It's what?
Oh, the Roots now on the Jimmy Fallon show, which is interesting.
Yeah, which don't go there. Stay here. Catch the rerun. Atlantic Track wants to know if you can rap on the fly.
Ooh,
Jeff,
battle.
down.
I sense a battle. Jeff, get your
freestyle.
rap on.
Yeah, you're out of
Come
your
on,
mind.
Jeff.
Battling
Come
Ergo
on,
here.
Jeff. You can do it. Yeah, I would love it if you could battle Ergo, but Ergo actually doesn't really like rap, although I think you might persuade him with your raps here.
Yeah, I can see. He wants to get into the game.
Yeah.
Bring freestyle, baby. Freestyle.
Oh, I'm doing it?
No, that was the question. Are you up for the challenge? We're only recording this.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm down. Let's get a fan to post a topic here.
Post a topic.
Yeah.
Someone in the room.
Someone give him
There's
something to
there's
rap
a little
about.
delay, so bear with them for just a moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Make
They
sure
get
it's
a beat
PG.
sheet up.
Yeah, get a beat. Let's get a beat.
Oh, unless someone else types something quickly, how about Geek Week or Seattle?
Or Comic Con.
Since I have this audio
Pizza.
problem, can one of you guys play a
Pizza.
beat?
Let's go with something simple like pizza.
Oh, wait a minute.
Fleas. Pizza and fleas. Can you mix those two? Hey, Jason, are you ready to cue up a rap beat?
Yeah, I don't have a rap.
Queuing up rap beat now.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
We're,
I would play one, but I have this weird audio setup.
hey,
Come on, you
hey,
can, Jason.
Jeff, drop
Yeah.
a beat. Come on, Jeff, you can drop a
Me
beat.
rap
Come
a
on.
beat or
Here,
grab a beat?
Hold
No,
on,
just
I just
just
went to
go like-
YouTube. I went to YouTube and I
Like
searched for
beatbox? You want
rap
me to
beat.
beatbox?
Here
Yeah.
we go.
I can't fuck.
You sound like a duck. You sound like a
I
duck.
know.
Word.
Jason found the Vuvuzela beat.
Okay, full freestyle? Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you turn it down a bit, Jason.
I can't. It's down all the way. Hold on. Wait. One more place.
Okay, the rap game, and yes, I'm overtaken. I grill it up like I'm eating some of that bacon. I ain't faking, I'm here on the social blade. Like I said before, there are no commercial breaks. I got this echo in my ear going near. I can't even hear the beat, but move your feet, cause I'm pretty. Sorry, I can't even hear a beat, because I have two different computers going.
You were like right on the beat though.
Dude,
That
that was
was amazing.
awesome, man. That was
That was that
sweet.
big.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That was awesome.
That
Seriously.
was great.
Wow. Great.
That was-
I can't get enough of you when you're rapping, I'm telling you.
If Amy
Appreciate
Vernon were here,
I
we
would
would've-
do
she
more.
would
If I
already-
didn't have a two-computer setup, I promise I'd come through.
Oh no, I could already tell you could. If we had Amy Vernon here, she would have already submitted the bacon rap. It would already be getting tons of views as we speak. So we'll
That's a
make sure
dirty
that she gets a
too,
copy of
bacon.
that. Ergo,
That'd be-
she'll get it rocking. Beautiful. Gosh, Aaron, take us away with any. I've been watching. I've been looking for other terms to throw at him. So if there's any other questions, please grab them. Grab them. We're short.
I wanna ask you, Greg. You know, there's businesses out there and they're like, social media on the fence, too afraid of it. What would you say to them if you were their intern?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's only a matter of time, right, till everyone's just going to have to get into it. And I would say, just, especially from a marketing standpoint, I mean, look at, what the Old Spice guy did last week. And I think that's going to be the future of advertising there. And really, again, I mean, I'm filming videos that on a $0 budget that are getting some visibility for the company. So I think in the future, companies are going to get into it and, taking on people fresh out of college, fresh perspectives, new ideas, creativity, want to get into the social media field, have grown up with it. I mean, I think they got to, turn over those responsibilities.
And consider English majors now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, we got a good question from the audience here. Twitter or Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, man. Ooh.
Or the question actually was, what is your favorite
I would go
social
Twitter at current.
site? Excellent.
Yes.
Now-
Especially with the TweetDeck app, it just makes it so simple, and it's inobtrusive, but at the same time present.
Now,
See,
now
that is so
Go ahead.
that is so awesome because Ergo and I we are the and Jeff as well. We are the Twitter over Facebook lovers, and more
Twitterati.
importantly, Erin is a Facebook lover. So therefore, you just eliminated the possibility of her seeing your raps anymore for the next couple of weeks. She won't do it. So 2 birds with 1 stone.
No.
Yes.
Sorry, JD. I'm in it to win it, so I'm gonna be singing those songs.
In
The
it,
president of
keep going, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like rhyming words. I actually tried to for our event, tried to write up a rap. I failed miserably. However, I tried, and yeah, I think where you're going and taking Cisco. I mean, what did they say? What did your boss say when you got the reaction that you did? Were they like, "Good job, pat on the back," or "Make more"?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I mean, my boss is all about it. He's been real supportive, and I mean, it's been a collaborative process actually, because he's a real cool guy, and we kind of got together before I did the vlog, and it was his idea to go with the world's most interesting shtick. So he's kind of been supporting it all along, and obviously when it showed up again in like the Wall Street Journal and whatever notable publications, and as the social media comm team just creating positive buzz about the company. He's been totally behind it. Yeah, real supportive.
Yeah, Aaron and I put up an article on Social Blade about it, and Computer World picked it up, and did some more spreading of the love, so to speak. So you're definitely making an impact on the blogosphere and even in mainstream media. And again, like I said, you've got people here. Let us know when you got videos, because you have people here watching the audience that can really drive tremendous traffic to the video itself. So
yeah, no, I appreciate it, and big ups to you guys for the article. I appreciate that as well. It's easy to be a flash in the pan, and especially with the weekly series. I wasn't even sure after the first one kind of blew up. I wasn't even sure if I should do a second one. So it's been good to kind of keep the momentum going, and I'm gonna keep trying to deliver fresh content, and yeah, keep it going.
Just
beyond the video, what else is going to be?
Just a minor correction, also, JD. It's Network World, not Computer World.
Yeah, Network World, Computer World, whatever. It's a world.
It's a world.
Super Cash World.
Yeah.
What I really appreciated, though, what I tested out was, as soon as I watched the video for the first time, I tweeted you, and you tweeted right back, and we were going back about representing and Word, and I was doing all the rapping language. I was like, yes, I don't really talk like this. But that's the thing, too, is that not only are you posting these videos, but you're actually taking time to be engaging, and that's appreciated. I know I did, and I was like, oh, we got to get this guy on, because, even though you're posting videos for this huge company, you could just ignore people, but no, you were right on the ball. You were tweeting back.
Yeah, I mean, just speak to that real quick, and just going back to the Twitter or Facebook question. I mean, again, our kind of 2 foundational principles in social media comm for Cisco are, creating a positive buzz and then also engagement. And I think that's why I'm a fan of Twitter, right? Because it makes that engagement so easy, with a whole realm of followers there. So I think that's a key piece, and Cisco is definitely up on engagement. And it's not about views anymore. It's not about quantity so much as it is going to be that quality engagement, and that's what gets people coming back. Is when you're a face and you're willing to talk to them, like the Old Spice guy, right? I mean, again, that was just brilliant. That he'd do Alyssa Milano and then Joe Nobody. So
Wait, what about doing Alyssa Milano?
That's what I heard also.
Oh man, that's gonna get me fired.
Oh man, no.
That and the double rainbow audio.
I think that you're a shoo-in, because anybody who would fire you after what you've created, this whirlwind, would be crazy. Just crazy.
Crazy.
So let us know what's coming up next. What can we expect from the almighty Gregory Justice?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, just going off of the importance of engagement. I mean, one important piece of that first video was inviting other intern responses, and there have been different companies from around the U.S. and then also I think one of the best responses came from a TV intern in Australia. So tomorrow, for example, I'm going to post my first collaboration, and this is with a guy who reached out to me. He's an intern at a Silicon Valley solar company, and we kind of collabed. And again, this is just that idea of, reaching out to interns all across the world. And it's not just like, hey, look at me, but, also an invitation, like, what do you guys have to offer? And, maybe we can collab.
You made it on YouTube when you start doing collabs.
When you start doing collabs and when you're getting the haters, that's when you know you've made it.
Yep, that too.
Nobody's ever collabed with me. Does that mean I haven't made it?
Yeah, but you're close.
I want to collab. If we can, Aaron, were there any other questions?
Ooh, how long does it take to make a video? That's a good one.
That is a good one. How long does it take? I know that the that one video, the one that you made for us, had to have taken hours to write it up and to get the video exactly just right. What about the other ones?
Yeah, the Social Blade one was a good, 15 to 20 minute project there. But I mean, the first one, I just reserved a conference room and I had 15 minutes in there, and there was a meeting next door, so I was trying to keep the voice down. And that was very low production, very quick. But again, I think that was part of the appeal, which has been great. And if this was some overly produced hip hop video, I mean, that probably wouldn't have caught on as much. So that's kind of working in my favor. That I don't need to edit these things too much, and that the low production value, actually people appreciate that, and they see that it is just an everyday video, and that I just did film it on my computer, and not with a whole marketing team.
Beautiful.
They're saying we gotta wrap this up. No pun intended. I'm trying to keep this going. It just goes by too fast, and it's so enjoyable having you here.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for having me on, really.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a bummer I didn't get this audio figured out till the last 5 minutes, but such is life.
It's okay. No, you did just fine for now. See, that's called thinking on your feet. That's called rolling with the punches, taking what you got, turning lemons into lemonades, all that good stuff. You did awesome. I have a if there's ever if by some odd chance you finish your internship and you want to move on from Cisco, give me a call. So because that would be fun.
Absolutely.
You definitely possess the talent for sure. Definitely thank you so much, Greg Justice, Cisco's intern, the world's most interesting intern, and
tongue-in-cheek.
I'm sorry?
Oh, tongue-in-cheek claim.
Yeah, but he does drink Dos Equis, so that's what I've heard.
And Alexander Keith's.
And Alexander Keith.
Yeah! I love that.
Nice. Audience, thank you guys again, as always. Thank you so much for being here and for participating with some excellent questions, throwing out the term bacon and pizza. You know that it's a Social Blade audience when we ask for random words and they throw out food. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It is twitter.com/socialblade. Facebook and YouTube, you can find us at the same place, just /socialblade. That's our motto. /socialblade. Kind of think of the blade slashing, and then so it's a slash, and this is our 50th show, so we're anyway. You can always suggest a guest. Straight from our blog, just go to socialblade.com/blog, and while you're there, check out our past guests as well as read our social media, Social Blade style posts. Wonderful posts from some wonderful writers. You're going to even write for us, and you'll see a spot on there on the site. Sign up for SMS reports with Social Blade. You know where? Just go to j.mp/subus, SUBUS. That's j.mp/subus. You'll be able to sign up for SMS alerts whenever Social Blade goes live, whenever Ask Outcast goes live on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, whenever Band on the Web goes live at 10 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, as well as the Drill Down Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific for those of us who are on the left coast. And that's it. Greg, you were awesome. And remember, whenever you're out there and you feel alone, we are Social Blade.
Amen.
Interesting intern, recording a quick rap for the Social Blade show. Okay, I come from the bay, some say it's a coastal place. Now I'm on land online with the Social Blade. 5 team members, no need for commercial breaks. I'm the nerdy rapper going through my Steven Urkel phase. Social media, everything you need to know. Every Thursday night going live, you can see the show. That's the Social Blade. Go ahead and check them out. Twitter, Facebook, or recordings on their YouTube account.